as Kyle Tucker grounds out to the right side.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm Sam Olber. I'm a lifelong fan, taking my passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Thanks for being part of the show and making Locked On Cubs your first listen today. The best way you can help us grow the show is listen every day, like the video, and give us a comment below. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Football season is around the corner. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now. Folks, as you could see, we're waiting. Oh, there he is.
Yes, I'm late, just like the Cubs organization has been the last several years on decision making.
Yeah, just a step or two late for the show.
Thought I'd show up about a minute late to the show.
Yeah, just like the Cubs have been a minute late on a lot of different situations this year. Look no further than their star right fielder, if you want to call him that. Matthew?
Kyle Tucker went 0 for 4 Monday, and for the second or third straight day, got booed by fans inside Wrigley Field. Craig Counsell, after Monday's 7-0 loss to the Brewers, quote, "The fans are frustrated, Kyle's frustrated, and it's unfortunate. When you make outs, it doesn't look great, but he's trying. It's just not clicking. We're going to have to take a little step back here for sure and just give him some days off to reset him, hopefully. We're not coming up with solutions for him, and he's not coming up with solutions. So sometimes you have to take some steps back to go forward again," close quote. Sam, there's no other way to put this. We are seeing the downfall of the Cubs star player.
Yeah. It's sad. It's been sad. It's been hard to watch for a while now. I think people kind of blocked it out for a little bit and called it a slump when it always felt like something a little bit deeper. I don't want to say conspiracy. My theory, and this isn't something that hasn't been tossed out. I think it's something along the lines of when he hurt his finger in June, he made an adjustment, and that adjustment got him by for a while, and then it got him into a bad habit, and he hasn't been able to snap out of it. It's something along those lines, and that's not an excuse. I just think it's so mechanical. That it's mechanical turn mental, right? When you're struggling this bad, now it becomes mental. I mean, you got JD or Boog talking about how he got the Major League Joe Boo thing. Did you? Oh, you didn't see that today. You know, the movie Major League with Pedro Serrano, where he has the lucky doll thing. He ordered that for his locker. I mean, he really is in it. And I know it sounds crazy, but my takeaway from this has nothing to do with Kyle Tucker and everything to do with how the Cubs organization is just reacting again and late to the party again. And they continue literally as early as this morning from their president of baseball operations to say, yeah, he's a good hitter. He'll come out of it. Yeah, he's a good hitter. He'll come out of it. Oh, you know, the numbers say this. The projections say this. Do the projections account for when somebody's broken? Do the projections account for when somebody has a serious mechanical issue that has then affected him mentally? These are numbers. We're humans. And sometimes you need to put out the human element and say, hey, man, Bryce Terang has 7 homers in his last 14 games, and Kyle Tucker has 6 home runs in the last 3 months. So maybe we should sit down, talk to him, talk to his representation about a 2-week. You know who did this once upon a time? LeBron James.
Really? When?
In 2015, his first year back in Cleveland, he wasn't right. I think it was more physical, and he took like 2 weeks off.
Wow.
And got himself right and came back. It was LeBron James after that. Like, sometimes you need a breather. And I can't believe it took today another 3 ground outs to the right side to pop up to short left field to go, oh, it's time to reset him. I mean, it was obvious weeks ago, Matt.
I know. And yeah, I am debating on what part to go into from what you just said,
There's a lot.
because
There's a lot to choose from.
obviously I bought into the lateness factor with the bit at the top of the show, but I really do believe that the Cubs are losing mostly because Kyle Tucker is playing like he's playing. It's not the sole reason,
Mhm.
but if there was a percentage assigned, it starts with an 8.
Wow.
It would be 80+% to me.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It is, but this all goes back to December 13th for me.
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
thought everything changed that day, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong when he started the slide. I was wrong at the deadline. I'm wrong now, and it's too bad.
Well,
It's too bad.
let me interrupt you for a second. I have the solution. 2 years ago, in the offseason, heading into 24, after 23, what did I sit and talk about the whole time? They need a new they need a new manager.
Oh, new manager.
They got a new manager, and that didn't work. Last year, you pounded the table, star. That hasn't worked. So this whole offseason, let's just talk about they need to win the World Series.
Right.
Let's just say that because we keep asking for things and we get them. And then it turns out that it's a deeper cut, right? It's an organizational thing.
Yeah, it's layered.
And I think it's a little bit unfair to the organization to say, well, Kyle Tucker becoming the worst hitter in baseball for almost a 2-month stretch is your fault. But and that's not what I'm saying, but it is part of it. The leadership, the roboticness, if that's a word, of this organization. Every year, they all slump at the same time. And what we've learned this year is that not even a guy like Kyle Tucker is immune to it. And, it's even little things that we'll get into later in the show when we talk about the game today. It's just, I just think that I've been really disappointed in the leadership. And it just feels like they've taken the personality of their leader, and Kyle Tucker needs help, man. He needs somebody to help him out of this. And Counsell said, we don't have the solutions.
Well, and to hear that plainly, a statement like that is a little disappointing.
Yeah, sure it is.
But is it Craig Counsell's call to put Tucker on the injured list? Is it Jed Hoyer's call to put Tucker on the?
It's organizational.
Okay.
So
you're saying it's organization, not the play. Don't hate the player, hate the organization.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying Kyle Tucker's devoid of blame. Please don't say that. Okay. Absolutely, he is. But I'm just saying I don't think this type of downfall, this type of collapse of a player happens if he's playing in Milwaukee, if he's playing in a different city. I don't know.
We'll get into some numbers of Tucker's slide. I don't believe we've seen a player's downfall like this in our fandom.
No.
We chop that up and get into the Cubs 7-0 loss on Monday to the Brewers next.
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. August 26th, a week from Tuesday, is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. Folks, I want to pivot to the Cubs for a sec. They were favored in this afternoon's baseball game. And guess what? They were going to be favored in the evening affair that got rained out. I saw -120 on FanDuel. If you want to make a quick buck, take Milwaukee. If you want to make a quick buck, visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game.
Kyle Tucker, since July 20th. Remember, the Cubs won the first 2 out of the break. Since then, they've played 25 games. Tucker actually missed one of those. So in 24 games since the 20th of July, Kyle Tucker is hitting 171. The Cubs are 11-15. And this month, he's 8 for 54 with 8 singles, 5 walks, 14 strikeouts. I struggled to find 2 comparable stretches. I have 2 in a minute or 2 to share. One from a Cub, one from a Cub, but not when he was with them. And Sam, 8 singles this month, and we're approaching the latter part of the month, the so-called stretch run of the season. Have you seen anything this putrid before in your fandom?
No, I can't think of anything. No.
And part 2 would be, so part 1, have you seen anything like this? Part 2, can he turn it around?
Yeah. I think he could turn it around.
So you answered part 2 first.
No. The answer is no to the first question and yes to the second one. I just think he needs a reset. And I think he'll come back and be, well, he can't be worse than this. Yeah, I was listening to so JD had a pretty big rant today by his standards, and felt directed.
Was it the one about making players better in the lineup?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he was talking about how, well, Kyle Tucker didn't make anybody better when he was hitting well, and he's not making anybody worse now, but then said, hey, him getting on base and slugging and stuff helps the team, whatever. Look, the point is this team is not a serious, forget contender. They are not a playoff caliber roster, as you just mentioned, in the last 26 games when Kyle Tucker is this dreadful. And so, the organization and needs to do everything they can to get him competent, to get him right again. So if they do find a way to sneak in, which we're going to, I think, talk about at some point, some goals. If they do find a way to sneak in, and I'll say that one more time. If they find a way to sneak in, that's where I'm at. Wow. The only chance they have is that he's closer to the Kyle Tucker of March, April, and May, and the early parts of June than this version of himself. But to answer your first question, no, I can't remember. I mean, Matt, he's got to be the worst hitter in baseball in August.
Yeah, his teammate is, but yeah.
Who's worse than Pete?
Yeah, statistically.
Yeah, I guess that's right. But at least Pete has a double mixed in.
Michael Busch, too. 2 of his teammates.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, it's not, I guess. Those are the numbers, at least entering today's games.
No, you're right. I forgot. Because Pete had a good July, so I don't loop him in there. But you're right.
Sam, I tried, but Tucker's stretch is one of the worst. I mean, Chris Bryant in 2019 had a 20-game stretch when he hit 200, but he did hit 2 homers and 4 doubles in that stretch.
No, that's not even close. 200 with 2 homers and 4 doubles. Yeah. I would feel like we just traded for Ted Williams.
Yeah. The only thing that tops it in a Matrix level moment here would be that 3 seasons after winning the MVP in his final season with the Dodgers, before the following year joining the Cubs, for a 20-game stretch in 2022, Cody Bellinger hit 135.
Yeah, but what was his overall numbers in 22? Probably not great. Right?
No, he hit like 210.
Yeah, like Tucker was having a really good season up until the calendar hit July.
Yeah, Bellinger's totality of the year was really something that year.
Right. I mean,
the year before, too.
This is a guy that was a clear starting.
Yeah, you're right.
Starting July 1st.
He was top 5 MVP.
Top 5 MVP easily. And then he went from that to being the worst guy. I mean.
Right.
Even like I said, when I was at the game Saturday, I'm trying, guys. I mean, I tried to be excited after they won the Pirates series. When I saw those 2 hits, I mean, it didn't even, I'd almost rather have him hit a fly out.
Yeah, it didn't encourage you the way
it discouraged me.
Right.
So,
all right, the Cubs lost 7-0 on Monday. I do think we should reset the goalpost for the series. Based on one game, I think we should do that. There is going to be a day-night doubleheader on Tuesday. They're going to try that again after the rain out Monday night. 1:20 and 7:05.
Thank goodness
Tuesday,
it got rained down.
Thunder and lightning as I record here. Tyone Patrick, Boyd Woodruff. And the other top starter for the Cubs, Cade Horton, left Monday's start with a blister. Probably will miss his next turn against the Angels. Hopefully he's back sometime next week. But Sam, is the goal here, could it really be 1 of 5? Or
Nah,
I think it's got to be 2, right?
Yeah, the goal now is to win to split these next 4.
Yeah, 2 of 5 total.
Can I just dive into the game for a sec?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I just don't understand the plan with Casey. You throw him out there against Freddie Peralta in a high leverage big spot where he totally panicked 3-2, but you don't give him a chance against the Pirates. It's just really backwards thinking to me. Last thing on Tucker, can they just IL him and bring up Ballesteros? Can't they do that? As far as the game goes,
are they really going to sit him all series?
Are they just going to play a guy short? Like, what if he needs to pinch hit?
So he's just not going to play against the rival team in 4 straight games and come back in Anaheim? It's so weird.
The game itself.
And why didn't Swanson and Happ play Monday?
Well, obviously they played Casey, so that's Happ. I just would have loved to. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but I thought Casey's spot would have been versus the Pirates. I mean, Happ and Swanson have real bad numbers versus Peralta. Maybe that.
All right, fine.
Played a part into it. This game featured 2 base hits for the Cubs.
Crazy, man.
One of them was by Casey. Good for him. Congratulations. And one of them was by Seiya. And that was it. They drew some walks. They got 2 walks or a few walks. And
mostly in 1 inning.
And folks, why is it when the Cubs call up guys from AAA to eat innings, it looks like that they've never pitched before? Gavin Hollowell walked. He threw 12 straight balls. I know that that's not the problem. Luke Little continued to walk people.
It's like freshman B stuff.
You know, can we call up somebody that could find the strike zone and give some competent work? I know on the list of problems that's not even the top 60, but just wanted to make that point. And
it's a good one.
Yeah, and the Brewers, laughed their way to victory, and a lot of Brewer fans at Wrigley Field.
Are they going to take over the stadium the rest of the week?
Look, listen, I know people have a lot to do and have a lot of stuff outside, but if Mother Nature wanted to cooperate and get another one of these or 2 canceled, I'd be fine by me.
Would they make them up?
Make them up. Game 163, 164 if it matters. I don't think it will.
Oh, so just have them play 161 or something?
Yeah, and then maybe the Cubs clinch, and if they have to play in a while.
So are you performing, or you're just like, oh, they're out of it now?
No, I don't think they're out of the playoffs. I just don't want to watch this. This is a recipe. I don't like where this series is headed, man.
Well, it might matter for seeding these games.
Well, maybe the Brewers would mail it in.
Oh, you mean that deep into the year?
Yeah, right.
They would just take a break. Yeah.
Right now, we're not. Maybe we'd be a different team at that point. You're telling me while I work tomorrow, I got to tune in to another 120 game with a bunch of Brewer fans?
Why don't you just tune into the 7:05 one?
Because it's my job.
You're going to interrupt your workday for Tyone and Patrick?
Yeah, look, it's not exactly,
Maybe
Koufax.
just have it on in the background or something. I mean,
I know.
It's a privilege to watch it during the day, but
what if they lose like 14-2?
Well, you could have avoided it.
I don't know how much more we could do. What more do we say?
Well, there's plenty to say.
Okay.
Trust me.
Let's talk about some prospects for 2032.
They're not even going to be here in 2032. Such a ridiculous quote.
Yeah, no, 7 years is a long time.
So Javier Assad was sent down to AAA Monday. I'm guessing he'd be called back up later this week. Jed Hoyer did say on 670 The Score Monday morning there's going to be a bunch of roster moves this week.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Wicks is up. They called up Wicks.
I'm excited for those musical chairs. Really?
Yeah, I believe I saw
So Little already got sent down, or Hollowell?
Yeah, well, one of those guys. I mean, they have to have
make a move for Tyone as well.
They have to have fresh arms. Tommy Birch told that left-handed pitcher Jordan Wicks en route to Chicago. Yeah, they need a long guy.
Jordan Wicks.
They need a long guy. You know, what if Tyone gives up 9 tomorrow?
All right. Coming up next, do you think the Cubs win one on Tuesday? I do.
Yeah, me too. 1.
You're not just saying that?
No, I'm not just saying that. Okay.
Coming up next, we get to some news and notes from around the league.
I hope so.
Stay tuned. Today's episode is brought to you by our great partners at Prize Picks, the daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your football predictions into real rewards. Preseason is already heating up, and college football isn't far behind. Whether you've got your eye on big-name quarterbacks or breakout running backs, Prize Picks makes it easy to get in the game. It's so simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. You get your picks right, you could cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. Do you realize that college football starts next week? The Iowa Hawkeyes, the Illinois Fighting Illini, I believe they're on Saturday and Friday, respectively. And you need to get your picks in right now. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first one for $5. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks, run your game. Some news and notes from around Major League Baseball. Rob Manfred over the weekend. So we know the CBA expires in December 2026. That'll be one of my last shows. And Rob Manfred said over the weekend that that expansion and thus realignment is likely coming to Major League Baseball. 32 teams will be on the docket, which means there would be 8 4-team divisions. So I want to get into what the 4 teams in the Cubs division would be. It'd be Cubs, White Sox,
Brewers,
and then I think Cardinals and Royals as well.
Oh.
And then I think it would be Brewers, Twins, Guardians, Reds, Sam. That's what I chalked up on Monday. And I think they got to preserve the Cubs-Cardinals rivalry. And Cubs, White Sox, Cardinals, Brewers would be, when you talk about rivalry games.
Wow.
But
is that possible? No, how they couldn't have. Wait, I have a question. I'm sorry. I haven't.
8 4-team divisions.
And so no more American and National League?
I believe that's right. Not positive, though. It's very layered, as many things are nowadays. I figured I'd be breaking the news to you on this. It's a lot because he wants better geographic matchups, including for the TV partners, which I'm going to talk about, which I'm going to give you more information on in a minute or two.
They were talking about it in my fantasy baseball group, and they threw out some potential things, and it was like Cubs, Sox, Twins, somebody. Cubs, Sox, Twins, Brewers. It was Cubs, Sox, Twins, Brewers. Yeah,
I could see that.
Well, I mean, it goes without saying. I mean, you know me pretty well, and our listeners. I can't stand the thought of that. I don't like changing something that's been around for years. National American League divisions.
Yeah, it would give me pause.
I mean, it's just at this point. I mean, are we running a video game here? Are we going to start having the Savannah Bananas come in and do like a trick catch in left field?
Oh, don't joke.
That's going to be worth 7 runs and extra innings because we don't have the patience to get through. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just in a bad mood because my team had 2 base hits today. But
Could be.
and then our star player has to be benched and was getting booed. And 2 months ago, I was pounding the table for an extension. I don't know if that could be what it is, but I just think it's all ridiculous. And I think baseball is fine the way it is. I actually think it needs to go back more instead of forward more in certain ways. But who am I? I'm just a podcaster from the north suburbs of Chicago that just likes to compete, knows how to lead.
Here's some updates on the baseball's television situation.
It better be better than the NBA. The only way you can watch the NBA this year is if you have Peacock.
Well, watching the NFL this year, I read a stat cost like $300.
They just keep taking money from you.
With the current Fox deal, including to broadcast the World Series, that still runs through 2028. So the goal of these new deals would be to also run through the 28 season. Then it'll be open season for MLB to reset the market for the regular season, home run derby, all-star game, and postseason. So let me tell you about these new agreements, which could be announced as soon as this week, Sam. These could be in effect for next year. Do you want to guess the top two contenders for Sunday Night Baseball? Sunday Night Baseball is leaving ESPN most likely. Who are the top two contenders?
Fox.
Wrong.
Paramount, CBS.
Okay. Apple TV Plus and NBC/Peacock.
Yeah, there you go.
As NBC/Peacock makes its quest to have a Sunday night game, NFL, NBA, and MLB 12 months out of the year. That would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can you guess the who's emerged as the destination for the home run derby, the favorite for that affair?
Amazon?
Netflix. So that you can watch the home run derby next year, likely on Netflix. This is Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night, folks. This last segment's a preview of what it's going to be like in 2027. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on the Locked On MLB channel on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. All right, Sam will be back after both games of Cubs and Brewers. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.